I wanted to talk about legislative declarations in non-municipal affair bills. So, on occasion, bills in the California Legislature designate a provision or provisions of state law to apply to all cities, meaning this new state law would apply equally to both general law cities and charter cities. Now, this can only occur where the legislature makes a finding and declaration that the matter addressed by the particular bill is quote unquote a matter of statewide concern and is not a municipal affair under the California Constitution. Now, by making this finding and declaration, the legislature states that the bill's provisions apply to all cities, including charter cities, not just general law cities. Charter cities, you may know, are otherwise governed by their voter-approved city charters. So I will read a recent example of this standardized language found in a 2023 bill. It says the legislature finds and declares that cybersecurity and the transmission of sensitive information is a matter of statewide concern and is not a municipal affair, as that term is used in Section 5 of Article 11 of the California Constitution. Therefore, Section 1 of this act applies to all cities, including charter cities. Now, I also note an example from a special statute finding and declaration with some additional explanation justifying or explaining that finding and declaration. So here's one taken by a recent bill. The legislature finds and declares that a special statute is necessary and that a general statute cannot be made applicable within the meaning of Section 16 of Article 4 of the California Constitution. Here's the key. Because the city of Murrieta is uniquely on track to meet its regional housing needs allocation and imminently in need of expanding city hall facilities to accommodate the growing demand for community services in connection with rapid population growth. A general statute could unnecessarily undermine existing state housing production goals in jurisdictions that lack imminent need and is consequently inappropriate. So my point is just like in that special statute plus section, uncodified language, where the legislature makes a finding that there has to be a special statute because a general statute cannot be made applicable to this unique set of circumstances in the city of Murrieta, they explain it by starting with because. So I think that the legislature should take the same sort of approach as they did in this example using a special statute. It should be utilized in bills that are applicable to both general law and charter cities. So for example, going back to that first statement, right, a finding and declaration that cybersecurity is a matter of statewide concern, maybe you could add something like, because numerous local jurisdictions have been subject to serious cyber attacks, and they must protect sensitive information within their jurisdiction, and then go on to say that it is a matter of statewide concern. In other words, don't just leave the basic statement that it's a finding and declaration that it's a matter of statewide concern. Actually explain it. Now, why do I think this additional explanation is necessary? I think it is simply because in other instances, I've seen where the judicial branch of state government doesn't accept a mere finding and declaration by the legislature. So not only have judges in this state looked beyond that declaration to determine whether there's any sufficient justification for it, but also they've actually rejected some declarations. So as a result, I think a better approach is for legislation to contain explanations that should accompany any future legislative findings and declarations.